Hello and a very good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this Saturday afternoon. Boy, oh boy, it is an absolute scorcher here in the north of England. Not just outside, but inside as well. We have been having a heck of a day. And actually, from being honest, I've been looking forward to this the most. As much as Craig has been, great company throughout the day today, I've been looking forward to one of my favourite shows of the week. I love the Craft House because it usually means 9 times out of 10 we get a guest on the show, but particularly with this one because the Craft House is going to be taken over by somebody very special. And here's the thing, we've got brand new goodies on the show, we've got goodies back in stock on the show, and if you are somebody who loves Totally Tiffany, and who doesn't, you are going to be in for a real treat over the course of the next couple of hours, because taking over the Craft House today, all the way from Arizona, it is the lovely Tiffany. Tiffany, how are ya?
I am so excited to be here today. I love Craft House. I love Takeover. You know why I love Takeover? Because it gives me a chance to really help people understand how Totally Tiffany products are going to make their lives, their crafting lives, easier, more fun. They're going to get more done, and it's never as much fun as when we get to release new stuff. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm totally excited about today. It's going to be awesome.
I wish you'd have been able to see before the show. You know me, I always like a bit of a sing-song here, don't I? A bit of a boogie. Tiffany was getting on down, doing some sort of like funky old dance, the Craft House dance. And tell you what, there you go. She's away now, busting some moves. It is going to be one of those shows. But like Tiffany's saying, you know what? If it's organisation, if it's making more room in your craft room that you need, if you need to get everything sorted, then this is the show for you. I would encourage you to get ahead on the web because it is going to be super, super busy. And just a bit of a heads up, if you are going for the die file, which I know proved so super popular last time it was here, in the US, right, we are down to double figures on this already. People have been shopping ahead. It's been so super popular. I know when this launched, it sold out. We've managed to get it back in again, but it is flying out of the door already. I was chatting to producer Johnny before the show. He could not believe how much of the stock has gone, how quickly things have been going on this show. So if you see something that you like, make sure you get in nice and quickly. As always as well, we're live and interactive this Saturday afternoon, so get in touch if there's anything that you want to ask Tiffany, anything you want to mention. Maybe you've already got loads of the Totally Tiffany products and you want to share which ones you love. Maybe you want to show us how organized you are. You can send in your pictures as well, but get in touch on Facebook and on YouTube, and we will get your questions and get your comments out. But we are going to kick things off with a brand new product we know how much you love. Brand new goodies, yes, and we are able to bring to you the Project Planner Memento Keeper Collection. This is yours today for $33.98 or $42.48. It is all about organization. It is all about storage, and whatever it might be, whether it's things like your craft stuff, whether it's things like artwork, whether it's all about maybe, I don't know, putting bits and pieces in here together for a later date. This is stunning. $33.98 is the deal on this, or $42.48. And here's the other thing as well, our Spend More, Save More event that we're doing up until Monday. If you spend over £30 or $30, if it's your first transaction of the weekend, you'll get an extra £5 or $5 off your order, which is phenomenal. £27.18 or $33.98 is the deal on this if you are platinum, and already 10% of the stock of this has gone, and it's a big, big stock, let me just tell you. But let's get over to Tiffany and unwrap this and have a look inside this. Tiffany, talk us around this brand new product. It looks amazing.
Okay, the Project Planner Memento Keeper was developed to keep your mementos ready for scrapbooking or just for storage. And it also was designed to be a project planner. So whether you're doing a home decor project, a card making project, or a scrapbooking project, the Project Planner Memento Keeper is going to work for you. So what we've got is this nice big binder, and it's oversized like everything that I do. And when you open it up on the inside, you're going to see that it has 2 large gusseted pockets on the inside. And then it's got 3 of our project planner pages on the inside as well. It comes preloaded with those. Now it's a standard 3-ring section here, so you can add additional pages, and I'm going to show you a few examples of the Project Planner Memento Keeper with the extra pages and load it up, because I know it's not very exciting to see all this clear plastic, is it? And then on the back, you've got this jumbo pocket as well, all gusseted. All the pages and all the pockets are gusseted, so you can really bulk them up. So that is it in a nutshell. You know what I want to tell you though? I know about planning for trips. I know about being organized for trips. And I just went on a road trip.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I need to grab a Project Planner Memento page and take it with me. So as I'm collecting things on the road, I can just put them right in there, keep them safe, keep them together. But that, what you're looking at right now, that is my car door, because I forgot my Project Planner Memento Keeper, and I just had things, and we were in the desert and it was windy, and I opened the door and half those things blew out, and my husband wearing his Crocs running across the desert in a literal sandstorm trying to collect things. So don't do what I did. Get your project planners, and I'm going to tell you about taking them on trips and all that stuff in just a minute. But look at this. This is what it should have looked like. This is all of those things that you saw in my car door, all in a nice, neat, tidy Project Planner Memento Keeper with those big gusseted pockets. So everything would have been safe, secure, and clean if I had only remembered to throw one in the car door. But let's look at some loaded ones. Okay. Let's start with London's. This is London's book. So you got a nice label pocket on the side where you can label whatever's in there. And this is, now I want to share something with you. If you don't know this already, and some people do and some people don't, when you get a binder like this, it's really hard to get the label out of the pocket unless you open the pocket all the way up. And once you open the pocket all the way up, you've got a little bit of slack in there, so it's easy to take that in and out. So there's your little tip of the day. But in here, I've used all of these pockets to put all of the mementos, all the things that I collected during London's senior year. So if you have a kid that's in high school, getting ready to go to college, or if you have little kids, right? You have all those things that come home from school with little kids. You want to keep them. This is the perfect place to do it. Keep things together. You'll be able to see them. You'll be able to look back at them years later if you don't put them in a scrapbook. Here's all of his graduation letters, invitations, photos. I mean, this is how big the gusseted pockets are, Ben. In this back pocket, I've got his graduation cap and gown.
Wow, that's brilliant.
So you can load everything up, and now when London is ready to start his own family and keep his own mementos, I can grab that memento binder and just hand it over to him, right? So it's ideal for that kind of thing. It's perfect for memento storage. This one you can see on the side is just a project planner. So I have loaded up 3 different projects in here. Totally different kinds of projects. So this you might recognize. This is a kit from none other than Sarah Davies, Crafter's Companion Kit. Dice, stamps, DVD, paper, magazine, they're all in there, right? Keep things together, you use together. That's my mantra. Perfect way to store those type of things together. This is a card making kit. I got all the bits and pieces, even dimensional pieces, the card blanks, the instructions, the dimensional flowers, the paper, the punch outs, everything's in one place. So when I'm ready to work with any of these types of things, they're just right there. They're at my fingertips and everything's together. I can work with them right out of the binder, or I can take the page out of the binder and take it to my workspace if I want to do that as well. This back pocket, both sides, loaded up. I'm going to unload this so you can see everything that's in there. This is how gusseted out the pockets get. This is a dimensional. I'm just going to pile it all up here so you can see what's in there. These are all the bits, bobs, pieces, flowers, stamps, embellishments, twine. I mean, everything I need to do this album. I'm gonna have to clean this up. I didn't think about that, did I? Okay, even the album itself, right? All of these things, and here's the chipboard album. And then in the center, I've got a big enough pocket in the center of each page to hold my 12 by 12 paper. So if I have already bought paper for a particular project, it's going to fit in the middle of the pocket. So I've got small gusseted pockets, large gusset pocket, and then 12 by 12 pocket in the middle. So it's a perfect solution for keeping all of those projects. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to clean this up at all. I'm going to summon my cameraman forward and say, London, can you please take this out of the way because I also want to show you a few other ways, right? This is all the travel mementos, right, from a variety of trips. So I might not be ready to scrapbook something, or I might not be ready to put those things away, but each trip has its own section. And then this is one of the scrap rack pages that I have in here, and I've put the 4x6 photos in. So if you scrapbook, this is a double page layout, each side of that pocket page. So now I've got my photos sorted and ready to go in that page, and I've got all the mementos and the little bits and bobs that I want to put in that scrapbook ready to go in the scrapbook. But if you're not a scrapbooker, this is still a great way to just store your photos and the mementos together so you can revisit them later. Everything stays where you need it. You can find it all. You can put your hands on it, but then you can put it right back on the shelf as well. So it's an awesome way to do project planning as well as storing mementos and then also getting ready to scrapbook those things, right? But those great big pockets, you're gonna love them. Look at this one. I mean, look at how gusseted out all of these pockets are. You get almost an inch of gusset on every, that's 2.5 centimeters, that's the one conversion I know, on every page, right? So you have tons of room for everything. You can find it, you can see it, you can work with it. It is just, and you get 2 of them today on this launch. You're getting 2. You're getting 2. What are you going to do with yours, Ben? What are you going to organize?
Well, do you know what? The great thing is that, you know, you've already pointed out that obviously if you're loving your crafts, these are going to be absolutely perfect for getting organized. But I love that idea. You know, if you've got kids, how many times have your kids come back from school and they've drawn drawn pictures, you know, they've painted things and they've gone on the fridge for a while, you've put them up there with the fridge magnets, and then you don't want to throw them up, but you never have anywhere really to put them. This is where this comes in. I love the fact as well that you kept London's gown and everything from graduation. I just think that is brilliant. And yeah, absolutely superb for that. So many different pockets for all of those bits and pieces. And like Tiffany was saying, the fact that you've got those gusseted pockets, how much stuff was she pulling out of the folder that she had there? It was like Mary Poppins' bag over there. It was unbelievable. But I also loved, you know what? A few of you might know I love my sports, particularly my rugby. So again, if you've got someone who loves their sports, for example, who collects programs, who collects like the tickets, all these kind of things, these are absolutely perfect for that. But I also loved, again, how great was that to see, Tiffany's car. What a mess. That's my car on a normal day with stuff all over the place. But you do, don't you, when you're going on road trips, you're picking up all of these pamphlets, you're picking up all of these leaflets. How amazing to have this in your life so that you can get everything super organized. Going on holiday again, how many times do you pick up those bits and pieces like we're seeing here, and eventually it all gets chucked away? If your car looks like that right now, you need to get involved, and producer Johnny's gone, that's just like mine. You need to get involved, and you need to get these tonight. And remember, brand new, you can be one of the very first to get your hands on. And yeah, as we've touched on, you're not just getting 1 for that price tonight, you're gonna get 2 of these as well. So again, it may well be that you decide to yourself, I'm gonna keep 1 for myself, for my projects, for my scrapbooking, but then you may then think, well, actually, I do wanna keep 1 for the kids, for all of the work they're bringing home, or I do wanna give 1 to a friend, maybe because, I don't know, they've got loads of sports mementos and all these kind of things. That's what this is all about. You're already saving 15% off the price that you should be paying. Platinum members, another 20% comes off that for you as well. So £27.18 or $33.98. And already there's loads of lovely comments coming in about the show as a whole. Mary Pat saying, hello Tiffany, woohoo, new stuff. And Mariah says, tell Tiffany, just this morning I easily found the interchangeable sentiments thanks to getting organized with her and the GOC. The die file is awesome, says Cheryl. I have 2 of those. They fit so many dies, but loads of you chatting about these new goodies as well. Terry just saying, I could easily see this for planning a wedding too. It would be perfect for that, wouldn't it, Tiffany? For planning a wedding.
You know what? It is awesome. I was just going to say that it's awesome for wedding planning. I had like all the mementos and stuff that that you're going to collect. You're going to collect brides magazines, and you're going to have all the details for the hotel and the reception and the ceremony. All those things, they just float around loose. This is a great way to put them together, and then you can just pick up that binder and take it with you to whatever meeting or when you're searching for things, your dress ideas, your bridesmaids ideas. So it's amazing for planning anything. It's an amazing way to plan a trip also as you're collecting all the information or the guidebooks or the maps or that type of thing, especially because you have that 3-hole punch. So it's easy to add other things in It's also an incredible tool. Right now, so many people are buying new houses and building new houses and moving. It is an awesome way to keep all of that paperwork together and all of those decorating ideas together, paint samples and fabric samples and measurements for your room. So when I say project, try not to think about it just as a craft project, but think about any kind of project. It could be a construction project. You could be remodeling your room or planning a wedding or planning a retirement party, or even if you're just planning a huge birthday event. Christmas is right around the corner. There's so much planning involved with Christmas lists and card lists and what you're going to do every day and what you need to buy for food and where you're going and what you're doing and all the planning that comes with the holiday season. Imagine how easy it would be if everything you had for the holiday season was in one binder that you could just take in your car with you, open up on your desk, pull off your shelf, make notes, add things, check off things that were done. So really, when we say project planner, think about any kind of project, and then it becomes the memento keeper. So after the wedding is done, planned, and over, you still have all of those mementos from the planning, and they're all together, and they're all in one place. So kind of a double duty. You're going to find a plethora of uses for it around your home. And like you said, if someone collects sports memorabilia, or my husband's a photographer, so he has all kinds of details about photo classes and equipment and materials and all these things that he's always collecting, and this is a perfect place for him to put all of those hobby things in one place. It's amazing.
I'm so glad as well that you touched on the moving house thing, because we are literally in the process of moving up here from the south to the north, and I was going to suggest, it'd be great if you're moving house, but I didn't want to suggest that because I thought you might think I'd be a little bit boring. But no, absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, we got so much paperwork for our house move, so many kind of diagrams. So we're getting a new build, and drawings and ideas of kind of what we're going to have for tiling and carpets, and there's so much stuff everywhere. This would be absolutely perfect, and I think Tiffany's absolutely hit the nail on the head. This is not just for crafters, this is for projects that you are planning, whatever you're doing in life. So the fact that you're going to get two in this collection means that you might want to keep one for your crafting and keep one for another area of your life, let's just say. But there's so much chat about these. Barbara just saying the big gusseted pocket, great for completed quilt squares. June's excited to see these brand new Tiffany goodies. And Terry just saying, yes, I could easily see this for planning a wedding too. These are great, says Marisol. The new project planner memento keepers are great. So listen, if you want to be one of the very first to get your hands on this collection, $33.98 or $42.48 is the deal for the two. And remember, you will get another 20% off if you're platinum, £27.18 or $33.98. And already loads of you are telling me that you are grabbing these. Let me know as well if you have bought these this evening, if you're thinking about getting them. I'm being nosy here. What are you going to be popping in yours? What are you going to be using your project planner memento keepers for? I would love to know on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's, though, move on to our next item, which is the die file. I find I'm learning so much tonight because, as I said to Tiffany earlier on, this is the first full show that I've done with Tiffany. I've seen a few of the Totally Tiffany products around, but it's great to kind of be filled in with some of the stuff that you guys have seen as well. And the die file combo collection, I know that when it was here previously, absolutely flew out the door, sold out, and it is back. However, it's flying again, and particularly if you're shopping with us in the US, we are down to double figures stock-wise on this, so you do need to jump in quick. If you're one of those people that missed out before, get in and get it nice and early tonight so you don't miss out again. £89.99 or $109.99 is the deal on this evening. Another 20% comes off that for our Platinum members. But let's dive right into this. It looks an incredible bit of kit, Tiffany, but what's the chat about this? Why was everybody loving this so much when we saw it before?
Well, one of the great things about the die file is that it's so solid, it's so well built. It's like a piece of furniture in your craft room, right? It's going to last you forever. It looks great, but it holds literally hundreds of dies, of course, depending on the size of the dies, and they're all accessible. So you've got 10 of these panels that just slide out. And then on the panels, you're going to add the magnetic strips, and that is how you hold the die. So when you get your die file, what's amazing about this bundle, you are getting the die file preloaded with the 10 panels, and then you are getting not 60, but you are getting 120 total of the strips, right? You're getting what comes with the die file, which is 60, and then you're getting an additional 60 strips with it. And that is enough strips that you can put magnets on both the front and the back side. So let's look at that one has a special thing on it. So let me find a plain one here. I'm just gonna show you the basics. Let's go with nested. Okay, so you can see I've got all these nested dies right here on my die panel. I just pulled it out. I can see them all. I can get to them. Now, one of the questions I get asked most often is, why didn't you make the whole top of this a magnet? And the reason I didn't do that is because when the whole top of it is a magnet, it's all flat and it's hard to get the magnets off. But because you have that little lip that's created by the strip of magnet, it's really easy to pull the die off. You're not scraping it with your fingernail, right? Even if you have thin dies that are a little bit harder to get off, you're just gonna pop another die under it and pop it off. It's just that simple. So the strips made that, two reasons, that, easy to put things off and on. But the other reason was magnets are heavy, right? Magnets are heavy. And so the more weight we put into our craft supplies, the more cumbersome it is to pull them around and the more difficult they are to work with. And so by using the strips, we were able to eliminate the weight and make it easier to access your dies. So you're gonna place the strips on your panels. Now, putting the strips on the panels is really easy. And Ben, you mentioned about watching the show. One of the really great things about tuning into the shows is that not only do you learn about the products, but you learn all the tips and tricks for using the products, right? And that is really key. That's the difference between really getting the most for your money in a product and just kind of having something that you're not sure totally all the uses and functionality of it. So putting your strips on, they're just adhesive strips. You're just going to peel off the sticky part, and then you're going to just place it on the panel. Now you have enough strips to do 6 strips on each side of the panel, right? Sorry, I don't want to put that down yet, but that's how easy it is. So you're going to stick it down like this. Once you put it down, you want to just give it, back up. You want to wipe down your panels first, right? Okay. In case there's any dust on them and shipping or whatever, wipe them down with either a damp, dry cloth or just a dry, like microfiber cloth. And then when you put your strips down, you just want to give it a nice hard push so that you push all the air out and it's stuck on there, totally stuck. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. Now, you get, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this. Okay, so there's so many little tricks here. So one of the things about dies is, and this is a set of alphabet dies, is that they're very difficult to, like when you look at this set of alphabet dies, it's very difficult to actually see what the letters are. I mean, mine are all in order, which is sensible there. But if you just take a moment and cut out examples of those dies and do just a little overlay with your laminator, now I can see what all of those letters and numbers look like, so I can make a great choice on where I'm going to place them. I also now have this sort of cheater thing that I can put on my card or my layout over the top and see what it's going to look like, how big it is, how much space is going to take up. So doing some little cheat sheets for yourself on different things is really helpful. One of the other things that's really helpful to do the cheaters on is if you use some sort of sentiments, right? So here we've got my card topper sentiments. And again, you have no idea what those say when you just are looking at the die, right? But if you make that overlay, and I just cut those examples right off the package, probably most of you recognize those, right? Now I know exactly what my dies say. So I've got sentiments on this side, and I've got borders on the back side. So you can use both sides of your panels, and you're seeing, I'm just flipping this around. The dies stay in place, easy, everything's where it is, where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna pop it right back in my die file. Now mine's spinning around a little bit. I know someone's gonna ask me about this. Yes, I do have it sitting on my 12 by 12 rotating design board.
Yes.
Sorry. The reason I put it on there is because it's easy. And I've also got my Gemini on a rotating design board as well. So I've got my Gemini here. I've got my dies here. I can rotate the Gemini, feed my plates through, pull the plates out the back, pull the dies out, put the dies back. Everything is really simple and really organized. And that is why we get more done. We have more fun. When things are organized and simple, we're excited to craft and we want to craft, all that stuff. I didn't even talk about this yet, did I?
No, you haven't talked about that. So we get these as well.
This is to help you if you're going to travel with the panel of your dies, right? Let's see. I'm going to pull out my fancy No, let's do these. So this one's got double-sided on it, I think, too, right? I've got dies on both sides of this. If I wanted to travel with this, if I was going to an event and I wanted to take it with me, I can just pop it into my pocket here. I'm just going to lift up the flap on the front, slide it in, make sure I'm not hooking any dies with the flap on the back. And now I've got that whole panel locked into a pocket, and I can take it with me. Now, the dies are pretty sturdy in there. Nothing's really popping off. But if something did pop off while I was traveling, it wouldn't matter because it's locked into the pocket, right? So even if one comes off, you're not going to lose that little piece, that little bit. So the travel pockets, you're getting those with the package, with the bundle today as well, with the collection. So pull this out and then, but see how easy it is? Put it in there, travel with it, come home and put it right back. You're not spending tons of time digging and searching through your die collection to find certain things. You've just got them nicely labeled. Everything's ready to go. Pull out what you need, pull it off, run it through your Gemini and pop it right back. It is so simple. It's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. There's so much chat on the socials about these as well. I mean, so many of you saying you absolutely love these. I mean, I can't keep up with the comments hardly. Caroline is saying, I'm late to the show, naughty. Have you got a note? But I wouldn't miss Tiffany's shows for the world. I love her products. I love her tips. Cheryl Jones just saying, yeah, the die file is so sturdy and so versatile. It really is a sturdy bit of kit and it looks amazing as well. That's the point. This is going to look so great in your craft room. I love the fact as well that the files themselves have got the little pulleys there. So if you wanted to be able to, you could label these up. You know, if you've got particular collections that you're putting on each of the inserts there, you could label them should you want to do that. The fact that you're getting, actually the deal that you're getting here works out that you're getting the die file, you get all of those magnetic strips that Tiffany was talking about, plus the panel sleeves for free. You're not even paying for those within this collection. So again, how cool is that? The fact that you can get super organized, label this up with all of your magnetic strips. As I say, if you wanted to, then you can label each of the actual files itself. So if you've got particular collections that you want to keep together, like Tiffany was saying, you know, whether it's alphabet dies, maybe it's your number dies, however, or sentiments, label it all up so you know exactly where it is. And then actually you can pull these out. You're going to a craft fair, you're going to a friend's house to do some crafting, you know exactly where it is. You can pull it out, pop it straight in to your die file panel sleeve, and away you go. Everything's protected. Like Tiffany was saying, if it does happen to slip off the actual magnetic strip itself, it doesn't matter because it's all there in that folder, and it's just super. I love this, honestly. Such a sturdy bit of kit, looks the absolute business. And for those of you who got it last time, you're telling me how much you love yours. If you haven't yet got it this time, you need to be in quick because they are flying out of the door. Betsy just saying, hi Tiffany, the die storage saved my sanity and my crafty game. I cannot say enough. Every crafter that uses dies needs at least 2 of these units, an absolute must have. Yeah, and I guess, you know, if you wanted to get a second unit, a third unit, these will stack quite easily. A few people, Tiffany, are just asking about the size of the die file. How wide is the die file? Also, how tall is it as well? Is there a tape measure to hand, or will we be able to find that out a little bit later on?
Yeah, no, we have, London can grab my pink tape measure off of the desk, but I'll tell you right off the top of my head that you can fit 2 of them. This is usually the question about size. You can stack 2 of them very comfortably inside your cube storage. So if you have the Calyx or the Expedit, is that's what you're asking about, you're going to be able to put 2 of them in that. You can put 2 of them on the bottom of your Totally Tiffany paper storage cart as well. So let me just pull out my, well, you know what the problem is with my tape measure, don't you, Ben? I got to have some glasses as well.
I know that I'm exactly the same. I'll put mine on as well, Tiffany, for you. I've got mine on here. Here we go. There we go. I'll get mine on too. Have a look with you. So
there's 14.5 deep and 13 wide, 13 inches wide. I'll give you the centimeters in a second. 6 1/4 tall, right? So we're going to convert over to centimeters. I'm going to flip my tape over. I should know this by now. This is one of my favorite products ever. 37 centimeters deep and 16 centimeters tall.
Yep.
And 33 centimeters wide. So, but perfect for any of those cube style storage, you're going to be able to get 2 of them. In a cube, you're going to be able to get 2 of them on your Totally Tiffany paper cart on the bottom shelf. So if you're thinking, I want my paper and my dies on my cart, and then I'm going to put the top, and I'm going to put my Gemini on the top of that cart and have a crafty, crazy die cutting cart with everything I need, all those things are going to fit perfectly together. So definitely, I think she's right. You need 2. Most of us with dies need at least 2. I know my son's looking around my room right now, counting mine up. But, needless to say, I have more than 2. So
I just know, having a few of our crafters sort of letting us into their lives and showing us craft rooms and knowing how many dies our crafters buy, absolutely, you can store a lot in these, believe you me. But yeah, once you've got one, I think you will definitely come back for a second. Or will you come back for a second? Because if you try and come back for a second after this show, I've got a feeling you might be struggling to get them. In the US, you have got to be quick. If you want to grab these, less than 50 remaining now across the board in the US. So if you want to get them super quick. One quick question about the strips. Susan from Washington State says, Tiffany, can you cut the magnetic strips if you wanted to do that? Are they cuttable?
Yes, and you know what? I'm sorry I didn't talk about that. Absolutely. So I'm going to try and find one here that shows an example. So when I did my nested dies, I'm sure there's going to be one on here. So the little dies in the middle of the nest right here, put it in this camera for you, in the middle of the nest right here, they need a little bit of extra magnet because they don't reach across to the 2 magnetic strips. And so I just trimmed up a piece of magnet and put it right in the middle. So absolutely you can cut them. You may not need even the whole 6 on a page. You may have great big dies and only need 3, but yes, definitely they're cuttable. I think also, you know what else I did, which I didn't show you, which I probably should have. When I did those sentiments, I'm going to pull it out. Hang on a second, let me turn this. When I did those sentiments, I actually cut a piece of magnet. You can see right here, those little white dots on the mag right there. Those are magnets, the magnets that I stuck down. And now the sentiment paper or page sticks to the magnets also in my die file, so it stays in place. So you can cut them and use them in any size. You can cut them thinner. Most people are just cutting them by length and move them around. So what I'm going to suggest that you do, there's a couple videos about this on the site, is take one panel out and lay out your die sets on that panel. Take the next panel out and put down your strips and then move the dies over, and you'll be able to get the most efficient use of your panels and your magnets using one panel as sort of your practice panel, lay out the strips, and then move the dies over, and then keep going until you finish filling your die file. So I should have talked about that earlier. That was what I was thinking when I said the reason to watch is to get the tips. I'm like, oh, I'm going to tell people how to do this, and then it totally left my brain. I get so excited about
I know. Seriously, I have those moments as well. Do not worry. We are super excited. And I tell you what, if you are thinking, oh, shall I go for these? Shall I go for the dive file? Just read some of the comments, whether you're watching us on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. For people who've already bought these, the comments that are coming in are like, seriously, like Amanda, for example, has just said on Facebook, hi, Ben, I have 2 of these. They are amazing. I need another one. Or 2. They are brilliant. As I've said, get 1, get 2. If you bought them before, no doubt you'll be coming back to get more, but be quick, please, whatever you do, because when I think about how many hundreds of you are watching this show right now, if you all decide to jump in and grab, we are going to have disappointed people. Don't be disappointed, seriously. Get in and grab yours now whilst we've still got the stock. This deal as well, don't forget, $89.99 or $109.99. You're already saving almost £28, nearly $35. However, Platinum members, you can take another £18 off that, $71.99 or $79.99. It's a fantastic bit of kit, so well made, so super handy to get organized. The fact that you're getting, as I say, the magnetic strips and those panel sleeves for free just make that an even better deal than it was in the first place. Now, are you joking me? This is one of those shows, right, where you start off with a new product, you go, well, this is absolutely amazing, we're not going to beat this, and then you see the next thing and you think, oh, well, that's fantastic, there's no way we're going to get a better deal than that. Are you kidding me? This deal is, to quote Sarah, off the chart. If you love your buddy bags, if you love getting super organized, then you have got the ability here to do it in spades. It's the buddy bag collection, and basically, Lois is the big bag that you're getting here, which is just phenomenal. And inside, worth $14.99 for free, $19.99 if you're shopping with us in the US. And I will let Tiffany go through all of these. But inside the Lois bag, as far as I can remember, you've got Sue, Dawn, Barbara, Terry, Denise, Leanne, Katya, Myril, Teresa, and Deborah. So all of those in it, literally, if it's storage you're after, you have got a buddy bag to take care of it. $58.90 or $83.90 is the deal on this. Lois is coming to you for free. I mean, Tiffany, this is an unbelievable deal that we're doing here. And there's literally a buddy bag for whatever craft item that you would have, I would imagine, in here.
The buddy bags are amazing. They're lightweight, they're clear, they're visible, they're portable, they're inexpensive. They just are an awesome, awesome tool for organizing your craft supplies. And super cool about this bundle, you're getting the clear Lois tote. We've never done the clear Lois tote before in the bundle. And it's a perfect time for clear Lois because it's getting to beach and park and pool season, right? We're heading into the summer. Woo! So your wet swimsuits, your wet towels, your sandy dog toys, all of that stuff. The clear, now she's great for crafting too. This is just a little bonus because she's the clear tote. All the other totes we've done in bundles have the canvas bottom, and those are great. They have another purpose, but you are gonna love her, not only for your buddy bags, which I'm gonna talk about in 1 second, but because she is super versatile. So you're gonna love having her just available for all kinds of things besides crafting. Okay, not to mention if you spill your paint or your ink or whatever in there, she's plastic, so you can just wipe her out. So that is awesome. For those of you who are brand new to the whole buddy bag concept, the cool thing about buddy bags, the reason they're so popular is that they have this clear tray on the inside, right? It's going to come flat. You might not even notice that it's in the packaging. You're going to fold it together, and then you're going to get the clear vinyl bag that goes with it, and you're going to stuff, mine kind of has shape because I just pulled this out. You're going to stuff that tray into that vinyl bag, and that is the reason that you can load her up and she keeps her shape. Because if you had a regular vinyl bag that was this shape and you started throwing things into it, it would just be kind of fall apart on itself, right? So you've got those clear liner trays in every one of the buddy bags, and that is the thing that makes them so super functional. Okay, so let's talk about the buddy bags that you are getting with your Lois tote today. And some of these you've never gotten in a Lois bundle either, right? So I think we're going to start with Barbara. Here's Barb. Now look at the versatility. This is Barbara with large magnetic ink pads. This is Barbara with paints and sprays. So you want to store your ink pads flat, right? So some people say to me, oh, if I put my ink pads in there, they're going to be standing up and the manufacturer says I should store them flat. Well, all you're going to do is close that lid up. Yeah, I'm doing it upside down again. Now your ink pads are flat. Yeah. They're ready to go. They're ready to be stored, but when you want to work with them, they're easy to access as well. But here she is with paints and sprays and glues. So your taller bottles, your ink cleaners, your sprays, all of those things are right here. And again, because there's 2 boxes in Barbara, they're not tipping over, they're not falling into themselves. So there's Barbara. I'm going to put one Barbara away, and I'm going to put one Barbara in my big Lois tote and show you how much space we have in Lois as we load her up. Okay, so there's Barbara. Now we're going to move on to Sue. Again with Sue, we've got big square ink pads in Sue, but I've also got all my little drops and glues and that type of thing. They're all in there. I've got the large re-inkers in there. I can see all the colors. I can see those glitter glue colors. Here's another tip. Cut the name off the packaging when you get your buddy bag and stuff it in the bottom of the bag, because there are going to be bags that you love and you need more of, and you definitely want to remember who it is. Because if you call customer service and you say, I have a clear bag with black trim and I need another one, you're going to have to start defining what fits in there. Okay, I'm putting Sue into my tote. Okay, who's next? Denise. Let's talk about Denise. She is a favorite for pen storage. Look at that. Copics, Spectrum, Colorista, they're all in there. They're stored flat. They're all in there. They're stored flat. But when I'm going to use them, I'm just going to open up that lid. Now inside of Denise, there are three bins again. And that's why I can pull markers out of the middle and all the markers don't collapse into themselves, right? So the 3 bins keep everything organized, keep everything upright. And then again, when you want to store them, you want to follow those manufacturer tips and keep them stored flat. All you have to do is turn Denise on her side. So they're visible, they're accessible, now they're in my clear Lois tote. Okay, who's next? Dawn. Let's talk about Dawn. One of the things I love about buddy bags is that they're so versatile for so many different things. So Dawn has 4 little boxes inside, and that is why my little embellishments are standing up here with no problem. I have these little Ziploc bags of embellishments, of buttons, of fibers, but you can also see that I used it to store coloring crayons, right? So it's a perfect way to sort, store, and organize craft supplies, kids' craft supplies, but you can see how visible everything is. Now Dawn has 2 levels of hook and loop, so if you have short things in there, you're going to pull it tight for the short things, leave it tall for the longer things. This is kind of a funny little use, but I bought this jumbo set of Band-Aids. I raised boys, right? So we have a lot of Band-Aids in our house.
Yes.
Okay? But you can see, look at all the different sizes of Band-Aids. Those were just in one big box. You're not going to be able to find what you need. So I just separated them out into a Dawn bag, and now I've got all the different sizes. They're, again, accessible. They're protected. This could just go in the drawer in the bathroom or under the sink in the bathroom, and it's good to go. So don't think just for your craft room, think, where else can I use these buddy bags? Because you're gonna love them for so many different things. All right, I'm moving on to Katja. Are you ready? Katja is also a 4-drawer girl or a 4-box girl. And so, again, she's got a little bit of height. So here I've got bias tape, rick-rack, elastic, binding for sewing. But in this end, I've used our small die and stamp storage pockets, and I've created this little file of tiny dies and stamps and stencils. So really easy to organize small die stamps and stencils with those little pockets, those little small die and stamp pockets, but also great for organizing things like sewing notions and sewing supplies.
Yeah.
She also is going to fit things like paints and sprays. So your regular craft paints, you're going to be able to get 16 paints in there, right? I store mine upside down so I can see the bottom of the bottle, so I can see the color. But again, because you've got those 4 containers in there, everything stays nice and neat and how it's supposed to be. So we're going to go ahead and throw her in there. Katja's in. Okay, who's next? I think we're going to do Leanne. Leanne's a big girl. She's, look at this. Look at these big stamps in there, right? These are heavy punches. Now, Leanne is a little bit unique because you can tell she's not as see-through as the other buddy bags, but because she's designed to hold more weight, to hold tools and stuff, we put a heavier duty box inside the Leanne bag. So we've got heavy things like these great big punches. They're going to seal up nice and neat in there, but the bag and the box are going to really be able to handle that weight of the Leanne loaded with heavy goodies. And in she goes. Okay, who is next on my list? Deborah? Terry? Who's next, Lennon? Terry. Again, long pens and markers, no problem. Terry, now one of the cool things about Terry is when you open her up and flip her back, she's got an extra piece of hook fabric on the back of the bag. I'm going to turn her around for you, and that's going to hold down that lid on the back of the bag. So when you open her up, whether you're using her for pens and markers or small tools, you're going to be able to access those things. And then when you're done with them, you close her up, and again, you can store her flat. And with Terry, pens again, you can store her flat on her back or flat on her side, and you're meeting that manufacturer request for you to store your pens flat, but she's easy to pull off the shelf and take with you. So into the bag she goes. Now, one other thing I love to use Terry for, I had to go hunt this down today. This is a little picnic pack. So I have straws and napkins and knives and forks and spoons. Plastic picnic stuff, right? So I was talking about using Lois as your beach bag or your picnic bag. You could pack up all your basics in there. And if you are a family who loves to eat dinner out and you want to always have something ready to go to grab and head out the door, Terry's a great place to store all those basics as well. All right, I think Merle's next. Merle rhymes with pearl.
Ah.
But she spells her name weird, right?
Yeah.
Right? Myral. Looks like Myral.
Myral, that's what I said.
It looks like Myral. And she was designed for ribbon. And one of the benefits to this and to the hook and loop fabric is that you can run the ribbon out between the hook and loop. And so you're separating the hook from the loop. And now you've got this amazing ribbon dispenser, right?
Cool.
So it doesn't make a big mess, right? So she's great for ribbon. I'm going to stuff her in here for the moment. But she also works well for things like glitter glues. So you can see I've got 30 little bottles of glitter glues or re-inkers. There's her name again, Merle. I got a name tag on all my girls there. She works awesome for the Tim Holtz square ink pads. You can fit 18 or 19. I only put 18 in because I like a little finger room, but she will actually hold 19 of the Tim Holtz square distress ink or oxide ink pads as well. And I know some of you have seen this. This is my little dog emergency kit. This goes under the seat of my car. It has a wall. Well, you think you get caught with your dog somewhere and you don't have water or food or a leash or poop bags or have a flashlight in case it's at night. But look how tidy and neat and tiny that is. And it just goes under the seat of my car. I don't have to look at it or think about it or move it around. It's just there. And then if I need it, it's available. Okay, so that's Merle. Who's next? Teresa. I've got Teresa, look at this. How fun is that? How nice could it be to see all your re-inkers and to see all of your little glitter glues and have them visible and accessible. I'm going to tell you something else about Teresa. I'm going to put her in my lowest tote, but when we talk about the Ditto bag, I'm going to show you how she fits in the Ditto bag. You're going to love her for that as well. So the Teresa bag, in she goes. Who's next? Deborah. Deborah, everybody loves Deborah. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take this out of my Ditto bag. We call them over here life-changing brushes. I think you guys call them just distressing brushes, right? Yeah. But they get dirty and they get messy. Right now you've got handles down. They're all in there. And again, you're going to close them up. Boom. Everything's nice and neat and tidy and sealed up. I'm going to stuff her right back in here. She also is great for like Colorista or Spectrum Noir markers are going to fit in there. She is a rock star for things like, what are these called? Colored pencils. Tricky name there. So many different things that you use are the right height to fit in Deborah. Deborah is one of the original buddy bags. She has been one of our most popular forever. So I'm going to throw Deborah in as well. All right, what's next, London? Oh my gosh.
That's a lot, isn't it?
All of them. Right? Look at everything I've got. And if I'm going to a crafting event, I'm going to be able to take out what I need, set it on my desk, open it up, set it on my workspace, open it up. And I can literally, if I was working with whatever it is, I can literally set those up. And now I can work right out of my buddy bags. I don't have to, right? I've created a craft room right here, crafting away from wherever they're stored. Now, when I say craft away, Ben, that might mean I'm crafting at a crafting event where I've traveled in my car or on a plane, but it might also mean I've just pulled things out of my craft closet and had to bring them to my dining room table or take them to the TV room, right? So you don't have to think big travel to use your buddy bags. You just have to think, I got to get my stuff from the closet to my workspace, and this is the way to do it without having to onesie-twosie everything, right? It's on my workspace, I'm going to use it, then I'm going to close it all up, and I'm going to put it back where it came from, quick, fast, and easy, which is what we're after as crafters, right? We want to have fun, but we want to spend our time crafting. So this is just a winning combination, not to mention the fact that you can use the lowest tote and the buddy bags for so many other things. I mean, they're just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what we've learned about a whole host of the products that you brought to us here. Obviously, this is going to make our craft lives a lot easier. But yeah, with the buddy bags, again, you're thinking of all the different things that you can use these for. The fact that you're getting the lowest tote for free as well is phenomenal, with $14.99 and $19.95. It's great. You can't believe how many buddy bags you got here and how much you've got within in each of the buddy bags in here is just simply phenomenal. The comments coming in again are just like off the chart. Buddy bags are awesome, says KBB. I love the buddy bag, says Eleanor. I've organised a lot of my craft things. Susie T saying, I love Totally Tiffany. I use a ton of her stuff in my craft area. Couple of questions coming in, really, the buddy bags. Gilmore just saying, Ben, well, Tiffany, you'll probably answer this better than me. Which buddy bag would be good for your fabric fat quarters? Which buddy bag fits your fabric fat quarters? Which would you use for that?
It depends. You could use Sue, or you can use Leanne actually as well for the fat quarters. Leanne works brilliantly for the fat quarters. Sue for a lesser number of fat quarters, but you're gonna find that your girl Sue is awesome. I mean, that Leanne is awesome for fat quarters, as well as other sizes. I used to have one. My mom is a quilter. I am not, full disclosure, but my mom was the one who said, oh look, I put all these fat quarters and my 8s and my whatever else they are for a whole quilt. She had them all cut and all stuffed into one Leanne. And then Barbara brought up about your finished squares. And we're going to talk about binders again later, but my mom does her finished squares in the Totally Tiffany 12 by 12 pocket. So there's a bunch of ways to really streamline your quilting. You know what else I wanted to tell you, Ben? I'm sure you guys are watching me do this, but I took all those products out, all those buddy bags out. I had literally, 15 or 20 of them off the shelf during the time that we were talking. And now look, everything's cleaned up and put away.
Yeah.
That is one of the most amazing things. You just take them off the shelf, use them, and put them back. It's so simple. It makes your life so simple and so easy. So, fat quarters in Leanne, but all your sewing stuff is going to work great in your Totally Tiffany products.
There's a couple more questions just before we move on, because I want to make sure that we get these questions answered. So Cheryl's saying, which bag would be good for gilding waxes and small pots of glitter? What would you recommend there, Tiffany?
I think the gilding waxes are perfect. London, if you can grab off that, the second shelf up, third round pod, keep going.
I thought you were talking to me then.
Round, down, back. No, sorry, right there, the round pod in the floor level. Back
a bit, left a bit, right a bit, down a bit.
Right, exactly. I know. I raised him, so he's like over there going, okay, Mom, you nut. Okay, so if we're talking about this, right, like this is the size, this is going to be Merle. I'm almost 100% sure that you are going to love Merle. And the other thing about it, again, if you want to store them flat, then you're just going to stand Merle up, right?
Yeah.
So if I pop that in there, Merle, I think, is going to be your girl on those. So gilding waxes, I think Merle's the answer.
Merle is your girl. And I feel like I'm putting you on the spot here with all the questions, but there's one final question for now, and then I'll leave you alone, I promise. Who was it who asked? I've lost the question now. Oh, Eleanor says, how many pens could you fit in the Denise buddy bag? Wow, what a question that is. What do you reckon?
A lot. A lot of pens. It totally depends on the kind of pen that you're using, right? So Spectrum Noir and Colorista, they're a little bit bigger, a little bit fatter than something like a Copic marker. So it's just going to 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 21. So you're probably going to get around 65 to 70 Spectrum Noir Colorista. You're probably going to get closer to 100 Copic.
Wow.
And so then whatever your marker size is in between, so you can kind of see that whole sort of how they all lay out there. These are all Copics on this end. So just depends on your marker size. I'm going to say somewhere between 60 and 100, depending on whether you have big fatties or little skinnies on that.
I like the first answer. Lots, basically, is what you're going to be able to do. This is a heck of a deal. Are you kidding me? I love this. Just to recap again, inside your free lowest bag, you've got Sue, Dawn, Barbara, Terry, Denise, Leanne, Katya, Merle, Teresa, and Deborah. Literally a bag for everything. And you know what? Now, the weather's even getting nice here in the north of England, right? I mean, I don't know where the nearest beach is to where we are, but if you are after maybe doing some al fresco crafting, this bag is certainly brilliant for that. Get all your beach wear in there, your swimwear, absolutely brilliant. Get your craft stuff stuff in there. You're not going to go wrong with this. It's really, really great deal. $58.90 or $83.90, saving $14.99 or $19.99. Platinum members will get this for £47.12 or $67.12. Now, we're almost halfway through the show. It is absolutely flying by. I am loving all of the goodies that Tiffany's bringing to us. We need to just quickly come back to the die file combo collection. We said to you last time, right, that this was busy. When it was here before, it flew out the door. We couldn't keep it in. It sold out. If you're shopping with us in the US this evening, you have got to go swiftly. And you know me, I always like to make sure it's a nice, pleasurable, laid-back experience when you shop with us here at Crafters TV. But tonight, panic. We're 80% of the stock gone now for our US viewers. So if you're thinking, oh, I really want to go for that, you've got to be quick because it is going to go. We've still got over an hour to go of the show. We've got 20%, 19% now of the stock remaining. Grab it whilst it's here. Remember, the deal tonight means you get the die file, you'll get the magnetic strips, and you get those sleeves for free as well. You're not paying for those. You're saving a huge amount of money already, and platinum members are looking at $71.99 or $79.99. That's why it's flying tonight. And again, people who've already bought this are buying this again because, as we said, you know what, it's stackable also. The fact that it is totally transportable as well, because you're getting the panel sleeves in there for free too. It's just a winner chicken dinner, but you've got to get it quick. You've got to get it because it will go. Listen, let us give you some time to check out your carts and check out your baskets. Keep the questions coming in. Keep your testimonials coming in as well, because it's so great to hear about which products you love. Which ones have you got? Which ones do you use day to day? We're going to come on and look at the Ditto bags very shortly indeed. But if you've got stuff in your baskets, particularly the new goodies, particularly this bad boy here, you need to get checking out those carts and baskets. So let's give you time to do that. You will miss nothing over the course of the next 2 minutes. So get your carts and baskets checked out, and Tiffany and I will be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Do you know what? I love it when you take my advice. It's great. So I said check out your baskets. Like literally everybody's just done that. It's good news for a lot of you because it means that you've now got all of the goodies on their way to you. It's bad news for those of you that didn't take my advice, particularly if you're shopping in the US right now and you're after the die file combo collection. Just had a message from Amanda Daly who says, Ben, I've just bought another, so that's 3 of the die files. They are brilliant. So Amanda's bagged her 3rd one. She loves them so much, she's come back and bought number 3. Loads of you checked out. And you know, I told you, didn't I, about 10 minutes ago or so, I said there was 50 of these remaining. You think, oh, okay, 50, you'll probably be okay. We've got less than 20 now. Less than 20. You gotta go swiftly. This will go. This will sell out. Please, 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 if you want it, if it's in your cart, in your basket, get it checked out now. Less than 20 chances to buy, and that will be that. I'm not magically going to be able to bring some more for you on the show. You've got to get it now if you want it. It's going to go. Great price. Platinum deal is amazing. You're getting all the freebies with it too. You've got to go quickly. It's going to sell out. Now, something else which is flying off the shelves here, which is brand spanking new. The Project Planner Memento Keeper Collection. We'll have a good look at this again with Tiffany in just a little while. But brand new today. You're going to get 2 of these for $33.98 or $42.48. All about getting organized. All about, you know, not just your craft goodies, but as we've discussed, things like, for example, putting in here. I love the idea that Tiffany was sharing with us, you know, if it's your sort of kids' work through the year, for example, you know, keeping the pictures that they draw for you, the paintings that they paint, you know, keeping their books in there as well, things that you can come back to and look at a later date. As I said, you know, if you've got sports fans, for example, memorabilia can go in here, but also just, you know, for things like if you're traveling, putting in all of the bits and pieces from a particular holiday that you've collected along the way that you may then turn into a scrapbooking project later on. There's so many different pockets in here. It's all nicely done on that ring binder folder for you too, so it's all nice and super sturdy. And I love the fact as well that you can label these up so you know exactly what is in each and every one of them. We'll have a thorough look through this with Tiffany in just a little while, but remember, 2 you're going to get for that price today. Brand new. You can be one of the very first to get your hands on the brand new Project Planner Memento Keeper Collection. $33.98. $42.48, which is £27.18 if you're platinum, or $33.98. Certainly a star of the show, and certainly very, very busy for that. Now, something else which we are very, very busy for, the Ditto tool totes. And again, I think these are brilliant. And I know how much stuff you guys have when it comes to crafting, how much stuff you take from here to there and everywhere. And I see, you know, some of the the tote bags that our guys have got here. And you think to yourself, how on earth do you fit all of that into your tote bag? Well, when you've got the Ditto tool tote, you've got the ability to fit in so much stuff. And you'll see our guys using these here at Crafters TV. Craig has got one. You'll see he's out on the side. Debbie Fisher's got one as well. Because, and again, Tiffany will show you right through this. I love the fact this is a lovely, sturdy tote bag. I love the fact that you've got those nice soft grip handles. I love the fact there's literally a pocket for everything. But I also love the fact that this opens up for you as well. Again, which Tiffany will show us more about, I'm sure, in just a second. So if it's kind of, you know, transportation you're after, you've got it. But if it's having like an organized sort of craft desk there as well for you, you have got it. We've got 4 colors available for you this evening. We've got the black. We've also got the purple. We've got the pink, which I think is rather fetching, absolutely gorgeous. Or we have got the turquoise for you as well. All do exactly the same job for you, but I think it just depends what you fancy really. Which color? $19.49 or $26.24 in dollars if you're shopping with us in the US. And again, if you're a platinum member, you can take another 20% off the price that you're seeing on screen. $15.59 or $20.99. But let's get Tiffany's take on this because again, Tiffany, I know how much stuff crafters carry around, and you've got to have a sturdy tote bag with loads of pockets for all the stuff that we have, right? Oh, we have lost Tiffany's sound, unfortunately. Oh, Tiffany, we'll come back to you very shortly indeed. We have lost your sound just for the second, so we'll just see if we can fix that. But the point is, as I said, these are absolutely phenomenal just simply for the fact that you can fit so much in them. I always think, if you want an idea as to how much these tote bags will hold, have a look at Debbie Robinson, for example, because she manages to cram so much into her tote bags. Literally, you wonder how these tote bags manage to kind of keep all of those goodies intact, but that's what they're there to do. I love the fact in here, as we're looking around, you've got holders in here for all of your pens. The elastication through here will hold all of the things like your pens, things like your misters, things like your brushes, for example. And do you know what I also love about this, which I haven't seen on other tote bags before? There's almost like little seat belts in here as well to keep everything in place. So down the front here, again, you've got the clear pocket so you can see what is in there, but you can strap everything in nice and tightly. So when you are transporting this around, you can make sure that things aren't going to be falling out and aren't going to be going all over the place. And whilst this tote bag that we've got here looks fairly full, believe you me, you can cram a lot more into these as well. You'll be surprised just how much you can transport around with these tote bags. Choose your colour and get yours checked out. We've got Tiffany's soundbag. The turquoise is the favourite so far. You guys are loving the turquoise, but listen, whichever one you go for, you are on to a winner. Talk us around this, Tiffany, and why we need one of these in our lives.
Okay, well, the Ditto tool bag is one of the first things that I fell in love with in our products because it is so functional for crafting, right? So you're gonna get it like this. It's gonna be flat, and then you're gonna find these little panels on the inside, and those stuff into the bottom, and that is what gives it its shape. So one thing I wanna let you know, when you're putting those together, I'm gonna do mine really fast. Don't be afraid to stuff it down there, right? It should be a nice, tight, snug fit in the bottom. And then you've got those dividers that you can use or not use depending on what you're putting in there.
Yeah.
So you've got that as that option as well. And when you first load it, you're gonna see that it's kind of feels like it's rocking, right? That's because when you put the weight in it, that is it. You're not gonna get that load is gonna push down the bottom. You're gonna have a totally stable bag. You've got the two outside straps, and those connect underneath to hook and loop fabric. So if you want to tighten up what's on the outside while you're carrying it, that's what those are for. As you showed us, Ben, it does split open, and in the back on one side, you're going to find this nice long pocket right here, and that is a perfect place to carry things that are long like this or like a paper trimmer so that they're not sticking up the top when you're carrying your bag. All right, let's look at one fully loaded because this isn't that fun, empty, is it? So now I've got this loaded with craft supplies, but that doesn't mean it's just for crafting. You could put regular tools in it, cosmetics. I have a friend who does remote control cars, and he has all his little remote control car pieces and tools and all the things that they need for their mini pits for their little remote control cars. So there's all kinds of things that are going to fit in there. Now, I'm going to start here on this side. I mentioned to you about the Teresa bag before, right? Here is a Teresa. Here is my other Teresa. So this has all my glitters in it. This has glitter glues in it. And all I've done is roll back the lid, and I'm going to be able to fit both of those into one front pocket. So the buddy bags that you're getting are kind of double duty if you want to travel with them in your Ditto bag. I've got my small trimmer. I've got three, well, I should take everything out. Look at this. I've got small trimmer, set of 3 scissors. I've got my tiny cutting mat. I've got another trimmer. I've got the longer cutting mat. I've got adhesive. I've got all of my colored pencils.
Wow.
I'm a ruler junkie. I've got paint brushes. I've got undo, don't craft without it. More scissors, right? I've got my 2 buddy bags. And then when I turn around, I've got even more. I mean, it's amazing how much you can fit in there. I've got adhesives, I've got files, I've got sprays, I've got brushes, everything that I need. And when I open it up, oh, what's over here? My paper trimmer popping out the backside right there, right?
Amazing.
I've got everything I need. It's right in front of me. When I go to an event, I can use my buddy bag my Ditto bag as a way to kind of define my space and have access to all my tools and all my supplies. But if you want to use it closed up and you have the rotating design board, either the 12 by 12 or the 8.5 by 11, you can put it on your rotating design board as well and have access to both sides. So super multifunction. Now, since I have this out and I have emptied my side, if you are someone who loves to color and you're gonna take your rotating design board and you're gonna take your coloring books with you, sorry, I gotta stretch over here, right? So now it's not just my crafting bag, This side is my coloring bag. So I can take my pens and my markers and my pencils and load them up on this side and have my erasers and my glasses and all of those things and still carry it with me. Super simple, super easy. So don't think of it just for your basic paper crafting. It's gonna work for all kinds of paper crafting. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Woo-woo. Guess what it fits in, Ben? Guess what it fits in?
What does it fit in?
Your lowest. It's going to fit in your lowest tote. So if you want to travel with it, now we put the handle in it so you could carry it around with you, right? I don't remember how I had all these goodies in here. So, so now you're going to see how easy it is to fit everything back in without really knowing where it went.
It all went in. It definitely all came out of there, Tiffany.
I know. It's like a clown car at the circus, right?
Yes,
You've got all
it
these
is.
little loops. You've got loops, you've got pockets, you've got bins, you've got all that space. Everything's back in there. And so you can carry it in your hand. But if you're going somewhere and you need a hand-free, this will fit in your new clear lowest tote. So if you took advantage of the lowest tote with the buddy bags, another function of that lowest tote, great for buddy bags, great for going to the beach, amazing as a place to put your Ditto bag, and then you can throw it over your shoulder and you have that hand free for your car keys or to open doors or any of those crazy things that we need to do when we're moving around in the world. But you can see how easy it is now to access everything. And again, this is the beauty for me. This is the thing I love, that I can have access to everything that I need, all my basic tools. I mean, I've got 5 different kinds of adhesives here right at my fingertips. Paintbrushes, rulers, markers, pencils, they're all there. And my rub-on tool, my tiny scissors, files, bone folders. And I mean, how many times have you buried your bone folder when you're making a card, right? It's a basic tool. Most of them are white. You set it on the table, you put a piece of paper over the top of it, and then you're doing the tap and search looking for it. Well, if you just have a nice, neat little place to slide it into, you're not gonna bury it anymore. So it's gonna be more fun to craft, less frustrating. You're gonna find things, and then you're gonna use your things more often. And that really is one of the best benefits to being organized, is that you will craft more often and have more fun when you are crafting. So, and again, just a bazillion uses. My sister does cake decorating, so she has all of her cake decorating stuff in one of these, and it's just stuffed into the pantry in her kitchen. So when she's going to do something, she can pull it all out at once, see all of her different supplies. So again, cosmetics, tools, any of those kind of things. If you have a kid or grandkid that might be heading off to college after university this year, and especially girls, they need somewhere for all their hair care products and their cosmetics, but they also need to bring it from the bathroom to their dorm room. A Ditto bag is a perfect solution for something like that as well. So what do you think, Ben? What else could we use our Ditto bags for?
Well, I tell you what, there's so many
things.
comments coming in about the Ditto bags. Cheryl just saying, I have one of those, and it's great at your crop table to have everything at hand. Nona just saying, oh, I am liking these Ditto bags. Love my Ditto bag, says Mary Pat 1000. So easy to reach and grab. What I love about it is like your, obviously your tote bag, so you're going to carry all of your stuff around in it, but then all of a sudden it becomes like your crafting station as well, doesn't it? Like your crafting tool station. So it's a tote bag that's a tool station. And believe you me, I mean, Tiffany's bag there was jam-packed with crafty goodies, but this one here, again, there's so much in here, and if you're looking at that and thinking, oh, you wouldn't be able to get much more in there, you actually, there's so much space in here. There's so many different pockets, and as you can see, we've got pens in here, we've got our illustrators in here, we've got gilding wax, we've got inks in here, we've got our glues, we've got pens, we've got sprays. I mean, literally so much. Yeah, and you know, Craig, when he's here, he literally stacks his day's worth of crafty stuff that he needs for all of the shows into his Ditto tote bag, and then he's got it there. And isn't it handy for someone like him, because he can like stock this up to the max. It's nice and easy to carry. He knows that it's sturdy enough to carry all of the goodies. Then when he's got it here, you'll see it when he does the shows. When he's at the other side of the studio, you'll see this open up. He's got his tool station there, and of course, you know, when he's demoing here on live TV, he needs to have everything to hand. He needs to know where everything is. So that's exactly why you will see him using one of these, because everything's to hand. He knows where everything is. And here's the brilliant thing. Let's go back to Arizona. If you've got the lowest, here's the proof that it fits in there. Look at that. That's fantastic.
right? So I just stuffed that whole Ditto bag in here. And so now I can just put it up over my shoulder and I can get out the door with it and I have my hands free. Car keys, open the doorknob, whatever it is. Most of us are also pulling a rolling tote, right? So we've got one hand on our rolling tote. We've got our lowest bag on our shoulder. But it's a great way to put all those things. And then also, if for some reason you're throwing it in the back of the car and you're not setting it flat on something, once it's in that tote, everything is going to stay right there where it needs to be, accessible and visible. You know what else, Ben, is really important thing to think about as you're choosing one of these or two of them? Sometimes for me, I am an adhesive junkie, right? Yeah. I have a bunch of different kinds of spray adhesives. I have the bottles of glue. I have the Xyron sticker makers. I have the big ATG roller. I have the little, I have vellum. I have dots. I have tabs. I have every adhesive it's a weird weakness for me. I have every kind of adhesive you can get your hands on. And I just have one Ditto bag and that's all that's in it. But I don't have to go looking for different kinds of adhesives. When I'm going to work, I grab that bag off the shelf, I open it up, and then it doesn't matter what I need. Do I need vellum? Do I need dots? Do I need repositionable? Do I need permanent? Whatever I need, it's right there. So as you're thinking through, what am I going to put in my Ditto bag? How am I going to use it? Think about the things that you use most. Maybe you crochet or do or knit or something like that, and you want to have somewhere to have all of those tools at hand, or your sewing tools that you can't have out all the time because you share your workspace. Maybe your Ditto bag is going to be perfect. You need one for paper crafting tools and one for sewing tools. Think about just how easy it is when you can pop it off the shelf, open it up, and have access to everything, how much more fun it is to actually craft. And not to mention travel. And again, I say travel and you think get in a car or get on a plane. You may just be traveling from your closet to the dining room table, but instead of stacking things in your arms and trying to carry them and spread them all out, you're just able to grab that bag. Yeah. Maybe you have one that's just for die cutting, one that's just for stamping with all your basic tools that way. So there's so many uses. I mean, it's crazy. And we've made them for years. They get little tweaks and upgrades here and there. This is the latest and greatest in that Ditto bag design, and people have loved them forever because they are so functional.
Do you know, that's amazing. Such a great point about traveling from room to room. How many times have you done that? You've ladled up your arms with so many goodies and then you've dropped half of them down the stairs and there's just like a trail of like crafty stuff behind you, or you've managed to get so far and then you're like, I can't open the door to the living room. I can't get into the dining room because your arms are just full of all this stuff. That's what this is all about. I think the only problem that you've got here is deciding which color to go for. It may well be that you go, actually, do you know what, I'm going to go for a couple of these. I like the pink. Got to tell you, the pink is lovely. That's second as far as the sales are going tonight. The leader is the turquoise. That's flying out the door. You guys are absolutely loving that. Super functional, but yes, they look great as well, don't they? So the turquoise is available for you. We've also got the black, of course, which is the one that I've got loaded up for you here. And then we've got the purple available for you too. But whichever one you go for, you know that these are super functional, they're super sturdy, they're your crafting Ditto tool tote, but they're also that workstation for you as well, because quite simply you just release that hook and mesh system and away you go. Boom, you've got your crafting tool station right there. It's all to hand, it's all there ready for you. For £19.49 or $26.24, that's a heck of a buy. And I think for any crafter, you need to have these in your life. I realise there's a couple of questions coming in, which I'll put to Tiffany in just a little while to do with the buddy bags. However, I do need to bring to your attention the die file, and we'll get Tiffany to talk around this because I have a feeling it might be the last time that she gets to talk around this because we are dwindling stock-wise. In the UK, we've got a little bit more stock available for you, but in the US, this is flying out of the door. You know, I told you we had 20 of these. Well, we had 50, didn't we? And then we have 20. Now, you've literally got 10 more chances to buy. 10 more chances to buy. And loads of you just saying, like Leslie T, for example, has just said, I have 4 of the die files. I love them all. 2 of the original, 2 of the smaller die file too as well. Loads of you saying how much you love these. We're going to have to go through this quickly, I think, Tiffany, but listen, we've got just a handful of chances left for people to buy. If people are sitting on the fence, talk us around the die file combo collection again and why this is just such a super bit of kit to have in your craft room.
Well, you know what, Ben, besides the fact that the die file is just a great tool to have and it makes your dies visible and accessible and easy to get to, what I'm amazed by is the value that Crafters is offering today, because, you know, just the extra box of magnets, just the 60 magnets are normally $24.99 US. I don't know what that translates to over there. But the fact that you're getting those and you're getting the pockets, I mean, that is a huge value right there. And we haven't offered that in this same way before. So I think, I mean, just that alone is huge. But really the key to the die file is how visible, how accessible those dies are when you're talking about creating something. So this is a panel that I have loaded with a couple of different Christmas dies. And again, I made my overlay, right? And then you can't see. When you look at these dies here, it's almost impossible to read the words, right? So that overlay makes it easy for me to choose the right die and know what it's gonna say. But here I've got more dies. I've got the coordinating stamps, and all I did to put those stamps and dies together, I cut a strip of that magnet and put it on the back of the pocket. I've got the stamps, and I've got an embossing folder also that matches that same collection. But under that pocket, I've got even more Christmas dies, right? So you can see all those little bits and pieces for those dies. They're visible, they're accessible. As I mentioned before, we use the strips instead of flat magnets because that makes it easy for you to get that die right off the panel, as opposed to trying to scratch it off with your fingernail. You're just going to be able to slide it and get it off. Because the magnet, the white side is the magnetic side, your dies also slide around. So it's really easy to compact them down and to get the most use of that space on your die panel. And again, you can use, I've got mine here on my rotating design board again. So last time I talked about this, I had trouble lining things up because I was trying to do it upside down and backwards. Now I can just turn it around and then just slide my panels in straight away. But again, you can double side them, and that is the value of getting that second set of magnets. So I've got dies on both sides of this panel. Think about, I mean, look how many dies. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of dies, and each one of those dies probably has at least 6. So, you know, 30, 50, 100 dies on each panel. And think about the value of your dies. And are you using them because you can when you can find them, or are you not using them? Well, I just knocked that one off of my hand. So keep that in mind about your double sides, that when you bump them with your fingers, I'm going to pull this out. So when you bump them, we'll put these back on. With your fingers, when you see how close this is to the edge, that was a lesson I had to learn with mine because I just knocked one on the floor. And I didn't think about that, but that is a good. When you're loading them back on, you want to make sure you have enough room around the edges to grab your panels. Most of the time you're grabbing from this end where you've got that label, and I've just used label tabs on mine, so that's really the biggest concern. And then you don't want to knock them off the side when you're putting them in and out that way as well. But sliding them in and out, and again, you're getting 10 panels. So literally somewhere, if you can put 50 panels per, you can get 50 dies per panel. You can get 500 dies, visible, accessible at your fingertips. It is such, I mean, it really, and it's a solid piece of furniture in your craft room, right? And again, we talked about the dimensions last time. 2 of these are going to stack up inside your cube storage. So if you're using a Calyx or an Expedit, you're going to be able to get 2 of these per cube. You can store them, you can do them vertically or you can do them horizontally, whichever way you're more comfortable and however you're approaching that box, because they're going to just slide in and out regardless of whether your dies are going vertical or horizontal. I have mine horizontal because I like to make my little cheat sheets and keep them together. And obviously if you've got your die file standing on their edge, that's a little bit more difficult. So that's the way that I prefer to do it. But they're just a no-brainer, especially with that pocket, right? So now you can take a panel of dies with you if you're going somewhere to a craft class or to an event and you know what you want to use. Maybe you're making a series of Christmas cards and you know you're going to use that letters or those Christmas dies over and over again. So it's a great way to be able to take those with you when you go somewhere. So really just, I mean, it's a must-have. If you love working with dies, you want to have them available. And I know some of you are thinking, I have so many dies, I would need 10 of those, which you can't buy 10 because we know there's only 4 or 5 left at this point. But this is where you're going to put your most commonly used dies. Maybe it's sentiments, maybe it's, for me, it's those nested dies, those shapes, right? So you may just need 1 or 2 of these for all of your things that you're using all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Easter dies, you're not going to use those all the time. They can go in your die storage system, other die storage system. But think about this as, these are the things that I need and use constantly. Flowers, frames, all those kind of things. Super easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super accessible.
It's all of your favorites that are going to go in there. And Mariah is saying, I also found the die file handy for larger dies that are a challenge to store otherwise. Like you say, such a great point. All of your favorites, maybe some of the new launches that we've done recently, some of those brand new die sets that we're sort of saying you need to have these at hand the whole time. This is where it's going to come into its own. Lovely to read what you guys are buying and jumping in for. Barbara Carlson on Facebook says, I had to order the new Memento Keeper. I added the Fab File bundle, going to come onto that, a few buddy bags and pockets. I really need to stop tuning in. Barbara, it's great that you've filled up your cart and taken advantage of the deals. Patty just saying you could put the lowest tote on top of the portable craft room bag and roll them along together. I love that idea. Yes, absolutely. Lots of chat about those Ditto tote bags as well. Barbara just saying the turquoise is my favorite, totally Tiffany color, though I own products of every color. Rhonda's been shopping. Hello, Rhonda. I've got my Ditto bag and the die storage. Mariah saying Tiffany needs a show like Marie Kondo where she flies into people's craft rooms and helps them organize. I love that idea. What I love as well is, you know, the fact that we're chatting to Tiffany right now, we get a look into her craft room and you can understand why the products are so great, because literally the most organized craft room I think that you have ever seen. What I will say is that the die file combo collection, we are literally down to, like Tiffany was alluding to, a handful, all right? Producer Johnny's laughing, and it was like it's a slightly sort of maniacal laugh. He sort of went, right, here's the deal. If you're shopping with us in the US, 4 more chances to buy. 4 more chances to buy, and we've got more interest, as you would imagine, than 4 people wanting to buy this currently. So if you have the die file combo in the US, I must stress, if you have this in the US in your basket right now, you've got to check out because people are going to be missing out. $89.99 or $109.99 is the deal on this. You're already saving almost £28, almost $35. However, platinum members, I mean, another 20% comes off that price. So, I mean, it's an absolute steal. $71.99 or $79.99. So £71.99, $79.99. And as Tiffany was saying as well, it works out that you actually get those magnetic strips for free. You get the panel sleeves for free. It's a phenomenal deal. I can understand. It's the first time I've seen it tonight, and I can understand why this was flying, monstering out of the door when it launched. Sadly, again tonight, we just haven't had as much stock because you guys have just been buying it. Yeah, but actually, Johnny, you're right there. It's no wonder we haven't got enough stock. People are buying 4 of them. I am not surprised that these have gone. They will sell out and people are going to miss out. So if they have these in your basket, make sure you grab them. I cannot believe we're into the last, 35 minutes or so. Keep those comments coming in. Let us know what you've been buying. Let us know what you love most about Totally Tiffany products, and any more questions as well, you can fire those in. We do have a few questions actually which we could do in just a little while. I tell you what, we'll have a look at the Fab File collection and then we'll have a Q&A with Tiffany. But here is the Fab File collection. I mean, seriously, again, you get so much within this bundle for £40.33 or $48.17. So much within this. I tell you what, rather than me trying to pick all of the different pieces in, let's go back over to Arizona and talk to the lady who knows exactly what you're going to get. She's doing a little funky dance over there. I love that. Every time we see she's doing a little dance. Here we go. Oh yes, it's the Tiffany dance. I'm dancing with you. What have we got? What have we got in this Fab File collection, Tiffany?
That's my Craft House music dance. I hear it in my head the whole time we're doing this Craft House show. It's so contagious, right? It's so contagious. Okay, so what are you getting in the Fab File collection? You are getting a taster, a sampling of all of the basic Fab File sizes and shapes and what they can do for you. So this is my big illustration of what the pocket sizes look like. So each one of these colors is a different pocket size, and you are getting all of them spread out in your fab files. So the pockets are ideal for dies and stamps and embellishments and any kind of card making supplies and scraps of paper and photographs. And you'll find that all the dimensions, as well as the dimensions of the boxes, really fit our crafting supplies, the different things that we craft about. So I can't possibly take you through everything that all of these hold. So I'm just going to try and touch on kind of some of the basic stuff, and then some of the stuff you might not have thought about as a place to things to store in your fab files. Yeah. So when we start with the first one's a 4x6. Hey, 4x6, that screams photos, right? And you get the 4x6 pockets. And so these are the pictures from my son's birthday party, and they are divided up by what we did at the party and how I'm going to scrapbook those different pages, right? Into the box, labeled at the end, and then I'm going to have that year on the end of the box, and I'm going to be able to find those photos, scrap those photos as soon as I'm ready. So a no-brainer in the 4x6 and the 5x7 with the pockets for photo storage and organization. I also want to tell you one other thing about fab files and why they are the sizes, the dimensions that they are. I am a one-hand grab girl, right? What does that mean? It means I want to be able to just grab something with one hand. I've often got something else in my other hand. Maybe I'm coloring, maybe I'm cutting, whatever, and I need to just reach up and grab it. So when you look at everything in my collection, right, it's all one-hand grab stuff. And so are the fab files. I want to just be able to grab it off my desk and bring it to the my workstation and have what I need in that box. So they all fit into that sort of parameter. Okay, photos, 4x6, 5x7, card blanks, so envelopes, cardstock, those are all basic card sizes. Those are all going to fit in the 5x7 and the 4x6, along with our magnetic sheets for your die and stamp storage. You've all seen that. I'll pop this one open. So you have our 5x7 magnetic sheets, and your dies and your stamps are going to fit together into those pockets as well, right? So perfect for that. What about your small tools? What about your Gemini Mini or your Diamond Press? This is a box that contains all of my airbrush, my pens, and the tools and the instructions, right? So you need all of these things together when you're working on a project, and if you don't keep them contained somewhere, then you're not gonna be able to find them when you need them, right? So I've got my foil, I do something like my foil quill in here, my Gemini Mini with the plates, with the folders, all in one small box on the shelf when I need to use it, or I'm gonna take it with me somewhere. I can pull it off and take it with me. So along with the basic stuff that your brain naturally goes to, think about all those other ways that you can use it. The bigger two sizes are the 12x12 and the A4 8.5x11. So if you are in the US, 8.5x11 is our standard paper size. If you are in the UK or anywhere else other than the US, I think, that A4 is the standard size. So A4 is longer and narrower than 8.5x11, which is shorter and fatter. This box is designed to hold both. So what does that also mean? It also means it's going to hold. So you're going to be able to use those pockets as label tabs and dividers, but they're also great for scraps. If you get those large stamp sets that come with your magazines, traditionally those larger magazines, right? They're all going to fit in there as well. So paper storage, scrap storage, magazine storage. Sorry, I'm doing this backwards. I can't see. They all have that little lock in the thing. So if you do put them in your tote and they get flipped upside down or sideways, nothing's coming out of these bad boys. They're just awesome for all kinds of storage. 12x12, again, with the tab divider pockets for scrap storage and for labeling. So they're just perfect for that. A great way to project plan as well. All the bits and bobs for one project, depending on the size, into one box. So you have everything that you need that way. So again, A4, 8.5x11. This is an 8x8 fab file. Obviously, I haven't used the pockets in this one, but these are all Christmas bows.
Oh, Christmas bows. I wonder what it was.
Package wrapping bows. Yeah, Christmas bow, but Christmas bows get beat up and they get damaged, right?
Yeah.
They get squished and flattened. You just throw that in the top shelf of your cupboard when you need to wrap gifts. They don't have to be Christmas. I mean, these just happen to be Christmas colors, but you pull it out and you can access your wrapping paper. I've got a big one up here with gift bags in it. So there's so many different ways. Again, I know I feel like I'm beating a dead horse on that, but all of the Totally Tiffany products are designed for something specific in crafting, but they all end up being ideal for just so much of life. This is the 8x8 as well. And what do I have in here? I have a whole 8x8 album project. I've got the refill pages, and then I've also got the 8x8 paper that I'm going to work with on that project. It's all in one place, all in one box, labeled, accessible, ready to go. And you get a little bit of everything, right, in this. I'll let you run through the list, Ben, of each individual, but I think it's 5x7, a 4x6, a 6x6, an 8x8, 8.5x11, 12x12. Is that it? Did I get them all?
You got loads in there. You pretty much ticked off the list there. Yeah, you got your stamp pockets, 5 of those, your A4 size fab file, your 4x6, your 8x8, your 6x6, a 12x12. I mean, it is a massive bundle, and again, £40.33, $48.17, and again with your discount on that as well, it comes down to £32.26 or $38.53, which is phenomenal. We're going to come back to the brand new item which we launched at the start of the show. If you're happy, I'm going to fire a couple of questions your way because we've got a few questions which are kind of to do with all of the different products that we've seen so far. I've been storing these up, so hang on a minute. Let us go and start. I think we've done a lot of these already. I've lost track. There's so many, right? There's so many. So the first question here is, if I can find it. Oh, wow. Hang on. Deborah says, what bag would be good for rolls of foil, the CC rolls of foil that we use for our foil press? What would you, which bag would you suggest? Which buddy bag?
You know, I think you're trying to stump me here. I have mine in, so I'm going to pull one out. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull one out of my case here, and then we'll test it out. Give me another question while I look for some foil rolls back here.
Okay, so Nona, who is very impressed, I think, by the Ditto bags, is asking a question about the lowest bag. Would the lowest bag be the best one to store your 12x12 paper pads in?
Lois she'll fit. You can fit your 12x12 paper pads in the Lois tote. I'm not sure she's that great for storage because she doesn't have a lid to keep the dust off, and she would get really heavy. But I will tell you that the 12x12 fab file or the 12x12 paper handler, those all fit in the Lois tote also. So you may want to break down your paper into smaller segments, maybe all your Christmas paper, all your travel paper, all your rainbow paper, and then be able to put those into the Lois to go somewhere. If you fill her with paper, you probably won't be able to pick her up because she is a big girl. And as you saw, she can hold a lot of stuff. So she will absolutely fit paper. But I think she's probably gonna, I mean, unless you're a, or like muscle girl, and then she'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She can handle it.
And another one here from Micheline on YouTube, who says, we'll come back to the project planner, but she says, are there extra pages that you could buy for the project planner?
Absolutely. So if you go on the website, you can order more project planner pages, and that's what they're called. The SKU on them is P71, so you can probably search project planner and P71. And they'll pop up. I'm not sure on the Crafters website, but definitely on the Totally Tiffany website. And you can add them in. Now, again, it just depends on how fat. Now, remember, those project planner pages, each of those pockets gusset out 3/4 of an inch, which means you can almost get 1.5 inches in each page. So if you have less stuff in them, you can put more in. But you can also integrate any of the Totally Tiffany 12x12 pages into your project planners. I showed that with the photos. So if you want different sizes or different shapes of pockets, or you just want to add in even 8.5x11 or A4 sheet protectors right in there to keep special mementos or other things, because it's a standard 3-ring, all those things are going to fit in there. So you can make it as fat as you want, but keep in mind your project planner pages do gusset out. I mean, you saw me pull, well, look how much they gusset out. I mean, I have one right here. They get pretty beefy, so.
We're gonna come. Oh yes, go on.
If you're using this type of foil, it's going to fit in your Deborah or your Terry bag. If you're using the fatter, shorter foils, I think you're going to be able to get a ton of them into the Katja bag. I don't have any handy, like I was looking all around for the shorter, fatter ones, but I think Katja or Leanne, depending on how many you have, are going to be great. Now, the pockets are great for your foil scraps also. So you're getting all those pockets in your Fab File bundle. You may be wanting to put these in the 6x6 or in the 8x8 Fab File, and then you can use the pockets that go with it to hold the scraps of foil, right? Our foil is expensive and it's delicate. So you may do better to have these in a Fab File from the Fab File bundle than in your buddy bag if you want to use the scraps together in the pockets.
Lovely, that's fantastic. Lots of chat as well about the foils. The Denise buddy bag is another one of the buddy bags which has been chatted about in the socials as well. There's just so many to choose from. There's one more question which I will come to in just a second, and then we will come back to the project planner. Bad news. I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I gave you fair warning. If you're shopping with us in the US, the die file combo collection, don't scream and shout, but it's now, sold out. It's gone. It is out of there. Well done if you got your hands on it. If you didn't, unfortunately, as I say, it has gone. Good news though, if you're shopping with us here in the UK, it is still available for you. But again, don't be missing out like I know a few of our American friends did. Just simply, it flew. We knew how popular it would be, how popular it was at launch. It is now gone. Quick question, last one. I feel like I've peppered you with so many questions today, Tiffany. I feel like it's a bit like Mastermind. Caroline C on YouTube wants to know how you should store these Scrap Master folders.
Oh, the Scrap Masters? You can store them in the 12x12 Fab File. You can store them in the 12x12 paper storage box. You can store them in the 12x12 paper handler. If you are using our paper cart, they don't have to be stored in anything. They can just be stood up in the paper cart. The Scrap Master, I'll pull one off my shelf right here. So here's one fully loaded. I just had this, and when you open it up, it has all the bits and bobs, all the scraps from this collection of paper all together. I just slide these on the 12x12 paper shelf, and they can go, but they can go in the boxes. You're traveling with them in your paper handler or in your 12x12 Fab File with your Scrap Masters. Is going to work great, but they will also just slide right onto the shelf of your paper cart.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. You know what? I've just looked at the clock. I can't believe we've got less than 20 minutes remaining. How great has this show been? Brand new goodies, deals like you've never seen before. Live Q&A with Tiffany as well, which I just think is so great that, you know what, you can put these questions forward, we can get them answered for you, and then you know exactly what you need in your life as far as the Totally Tiffany products are concerned. Let's give you, because I, for one, do not want to make sure, I don't want that, let's get this right, I don't want you to miss out, is what I'm trying to say. Cool. But we can give you some time to check out right now. When we come back, we're going to have a look at the brand new product, the product that we launched just over, an hour and 40 minutes ago, which has been flying out the door. If you've not seen it yet, we'll look all around it once again, the Project Planner Memento Keeper Collection. But now is the time to be checking out your carts, checking out your baskets. You'll miss nothing in the next 2 minutes, so go swiftly, friends. Check out those baskets. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
It's safe to say that you have absolutely loved this show, and it seems like you have been shopping like crazy, which is what we love to hear. It's all about getting organised, isn't it? It's all about making sure that you've got everything to hand when you need it. It's all about being able to make sure that you've got everything nice and easy and transportable when you're heading out and about. How great is it now? The weather's nice. We can get out and about a little bit more as things get lifted as far as like the pandemic is concerned here in the UK. That's when you need to get organised, to get everything there. And we've got literally, I think, everything covered on this show. If you missed the launch at the start of the show there, we've got the brand new Project Planner Memento Keeper collection. You're going to get 2 of these for that price on screen, $33.98 or $42.48, saving 15%. It's £27.18 or $33.98 if you're shopping with us in the US. These are brilliant. Organising your mementos, organising your projects. You know, obviously you're going to be using these for crafty ideas, but we've already chatted about things like if you like to go travelling, keeping all the bits and pieces from a particular holiday in there, maybe because you just want to keep them there and keep them organised, or then later on you're going to come back to this and make some scrapbook pages out of them. We chatted about, you know, things like if you've got kids at school, for example, how many times I'm guilty of this, they come back with the pictures, they go up on the fridge for a bit, and then where do they go? You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of thing that you can, you know, by year, keep everything nice and organised and keep it all in there, and you can come back and revisit it when they're a little bit older. That's why I love this particular collection. But literally, if you're after a way to get organised, keeping your mementos organised, then this is a wonderful, wonderful set. Brand new today, as I say, loads of you have already organised yourselves and grabbed this, and this is being shipped to you. It's on its way to you. But for those of you who haven't yet seen it, we're going to have a good look at this with Tiffany in just a few moments' time. But things like, and you'll probably see if Tiffany shows you again in just a few moments' time. Her son London, she's got one of these folders where she kept all of the items from his graduation year, like putting in things like is like a graduation. What do you call it? I would say a cloak, not a cloak, like the gown. Cloak? What are you talking about, Ben? But the gown in there. But do you know what I mean? You've got the deep gusseted pockets in here, so it's not just about putting in your paper, you know, your leaflets. You can put so much into these, and we're going to see with Tiffany in just a few seconds' time. $33.98 or $42.48 is the deal. Save yourself 20% if you're platinum, £27.18 or $33.98. Tiffany, if people have just arrived late and just tuned in, talk us around these, because these are proving very, very popular indeed for the people who've already seen the talk around. But what's this all about, the Project Planner Memento Keeper?
This product is about really general organization, not just in your craft room, but in your life, right? So we all have projects that we're trying to organize. We talked earlier about weddings and home remodel projects. And like I said, we talked about my son graduating and his graduating year and album planning, everything that you've got. This is going to be the solution for keeping everything together. So when you're ready to work with it, you can find it. So this is a big oversized binder, and it's loaded up with big, clear, plastic gusseted pockets, and it's the perfect place for storing everything that you want to keep together, whether it's for a scrapbook project, a home decor project, a home remodel project, a wedding. I'm going to just show you a few of these things loaded up in different ways. So this one is just labeled down the side projects, right? So card making kits, album kit. Now, one of the things about crafting is we buy all the bits and pieces for a project, and then we don't have anywhere to put them so they stay together, and then we have to search around and bring them all together. This is a perfect way to do that, and you're gonna see just how easy it is with these big gusseted pockets. First tip I wanna share with you is getting your label card in and out. So when you open the back and the front of the binder, that is gonna give you a little more space, and you can pull the label card in and out really easily. If you're trying to stuff your label in there, or you've made pretty labels like I have, and you don't wanna mess them up, just open that up. Okay, what's inside? I haven't even loaded this all the way up yet. I have got DVD, dies, stamps, paper, magazine, a whole kit of products together. Keep things together, you use together. You know it's my mantra. This is a card making kit that has everything I need: three-dimensional flowers, the card blanks, the instructions, the ribbon, the brads, the eyelets, the paper, the punch outs. Everything is there. So when I'm ready to use it, maybe I'm only gonna make one card with that kit, right? But everything is together. I can make that card, put all the bits and pieces for that kit into one of these big pockets, and now I have everything. I've used it. When I wanna use it again, it's all there. I'm gonna do this again. I did this on the last time we talked about this. This is an entire craft album, right? Custom album. It's a chipboard album. I've got the album, I've got the rings to put the album together, and then I've got the fabric that I'm going to use in that album. And then on the other side, I have got, look at all of this stuff that's coming out of here. I know my son loves this because I'm going to hand it all to him and make.
Oh, we've just, do you know what? There's so much stuff in that actual binder itself. The screen's frozen. I mean, seriously, wow. Do you know what? We've done well, haven't we? We've done well so far. Only a couple of little gremlins so far. We've got Tiffany back, actually. I'll just shush. I don't even think she's realised that we've stopped. Should we go back on over? I can see her talking away in my monitor. Yeah, we'll go back. Here we go.
But in the middle is where that 12 by 12 pocket is, right? So you're going to pull the 12 by 12 in and out. I think we've lost them.
We've got you back. We got you back. We had a little gremlin. We've got you.
Not hearing anything.
Oh, okay. I tell you what. Now this is how weird is this? So now Tiffany's not hearing us. We've done so well, haven't we? For an hour and 15 minutes. The last 10 minutes. Somebody put 10p in the meter, for goodness sake. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Listen, if you want to grab yours, we'll try and get back to Tiffany in just a second there. But $33.98 or $42.48 is the deal on this collection. But as we were trying to see there, and as you were to see with Tiffany, you load so much into these. And I think the whole point is, again, and something that I've certainly learned with this, yeah, you're going to be buying these because you're a crafter, but also you're going to be buying these because you want to. I love the idea that Tiffany put London, her son, his graduation items into the folder, and that's the whole point again with this. You've got so many different pockets, and gusseted as well, like she said. These will expand for you. These will get bigger, so you can put in big items in here. You've got the ability to put in smaller items as well, because you've got pockets for loads of different sizes and loads of different items. I love the idea. A little bit earlier on, we were chatting to Tiffany, who went on a road trip, and all of the items from the road trip she was popping into these as well, because she had like stuff all over the place in the car, losing it. And then actually it was like, well, why don't we actually put all of the stuff into one of our project planners, and then everything was right there to hand, nice and easily. We are, I think, back with Tiffany right now, so we can quickly go back over to her and get some more ideas. Whilst we do that, again, don't forget, we've literally got just over 5 minutes remaining on the show, so get your baskets and your carts checked out. You can continue to buy after the show, but why would you wait? Why would you wait? Get yours now. The other thing to say very quickly, just to remind you of, the Spend More, Save More event, which runs, it's been running for the last few days, runs until the end of play Monday, and this is another another item which will fall into that bracket, $33.98 or $42.48. Basically, if you spend £30 or $30, you will get £5 or $5 off your order. It's one transaction per customer on that, but if you haven't yet got your saving, you will make it, of course, on this particular brand new collection. Right, let's go quickly back over to Arizona. We've got about, I think about 4 of them lined up. I think I can see there with Tiffany. What have you got in those?
You know what? I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create this library of your life, right? So your mementos, your travel, your projects, whatever it is, they're all lined up now on the shelf, and they're all accessible. They're all visible. I can see everything. And I talked earlier about that one-handed grab. I can pull it off the shelf just like that. So I'm going to pop these back onto my shelf here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about different ways to use them and how mine are loaded. You can see one of the keys for me is making things easy. So if you're going to sit down and work on a project and you want to pull out your binder and have all of your project stuff, your supplies there, whether it's a home decor project, whether it's a scrapbooking project or a memento storage and organization project, everything's just right here. So this is my son's high school memento. So everything in here for those high school years up to graduation, diploma, invitations from his friends to their graduations, the college search or university search, everything's right here. Test scores, report cards, all of that stuff. And here's what you were mentioning, even his cap and gown, right? I have got all of those. Look how big. I mean, this is a full size gown from graduation. And the cap, and it just all fits into that pocket. So when he's grown up, well, he's grown up now, but you know, when he gets to the point where his wife wants all of his mementos or he wants to take responsibility, I'm just going to be able to hand her this whole binder and say, here it is, here's your husband's young life. So all of those things are awesome, but this is from travel. This is multiple trips. So I'm a scrapbooker. I want to keep those mementos together. But even if you don't scrapbook, whenever you travel or go to an event, you collect these mementos. Where are they? How are you going to look at them? How are you going to enjoy them? How are you going to share them? This is a way to do that, where you can either literally save them and take them out of the pockets and look back at those things. Right here are the pictures. So if I'm a scrapbooker, I've got the pictures laid out. I'm ready to scrapbook them. But if I just want to have the printed pictures right along with the mementos so I can share that event with people, you know, nothing drives me more crazy than somebody trying to share with me pictures from their trip as they're flipping through their little phone screen, right? This is a way to make those things visible, to actually share them, to actually enjoy them, to pass those pictures around or look at the pictures and the mementos together. So not only for scrapbooking, card making, home decor projects, project planning, all of that stuff, it is literally a way to keep the mementos for your life organized so that you can share them and enjoy them later as you go through life, if you're not even a scrapbooker. I think we saw the picture earlier of the car door. I just went on a road trip. One of the things that I meant to take was just one of the pages from my project planner so I could keep all the mementos, all the stuff from our trip together. There it is. You're looking at it. I failed. I forgot to take it with me, and then look what it would have looked like. Not to mention the fact we were caught in a sandstorm. I opened the car door. I've mentioned this before too. Yeah. Lots of those papers blew out, and my husband had to chase them across the desert. So it's on so many levels, it's going to help you stay organized. When I get home, I can take that pocket, those pockets full of goodies, and put them into a memento keeper for that year or years, and then they're there. I'm not digging and searching for them. I'm not burying things in my desk drawer. So on so many levels, we talked about wedding planning, home remodel or home decor projects. This is the perfect place to gather all of those things together and have them portable. I mean, especially if you're doing something like a construction project where you need paint colors and measurements and pictures and design work and fabric and all that stuff. Now you've got it all together. You could go to a meeting or go to the Home Depot store or go to Home Goods and shop for furniture. Well, I don't know what you guys have in the UK, but matching your colors, matching your style and design, because you have everything together. So from card making and scrapbooking all the way down to building or remodeling a home or planning a wedding. And then when you're done, we talked about this as well, when you're done with the project or the wedding, everything's together still, right? So if later you need to know what paint color that was, or you want to revisit the wedding invitations or whatever it is, they're already all together. So it makes it simple to have access to things going forward, as well as storing, saving, and working with things.
Absolutely. I tell you what, so many reasons to jump in and grab this deal tonight. It's fantastic, it really is. And I know loads of you have already done it. If you haven't yet, now is the time to be checking it out, because we are approaching the end, last couple of minutes of the Totally Tiffany takeover of the Craft House. Been amazing, hasn't it? If you want to get the Project Planner Memento Keeper collection, remember you get 2 of these as well. You're going to get 2 of these for that price. $33.98 or $42.48 is the deal. Platinum members saving another 20%, so you're £27.18 or $33.98. It's been a monumental show. I tell you what, stock has been obliterated right across the board, and we're so pleased that you've managed to get your hands on all of these goodies, particularly this brand new collection. Just to remind you, before we say a big thank you to Tiffany and also London for all their hard work in tonight, we have got a Super Sunday lined up for you. Becky's going to be here tomorrow. She'll be with Bernie in the morning on Softer Side. I say in the morning, midday she'll be here at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Of course, she will be here with all of your soft craft goodies. And then, oh yes, Fix are going to be with you as well. Sorry about that. I didn't actually just pause in real life. You thought, what's he doing? The Peter Rabbit fabrics are going to be with you at midday, and then of course loads of goodies coming up on the craft class foil press with Jan. Is going to be here with Jan and Becky tomorrow. Wow, what a brilliant day you've got to look forward to tomorrow. What a brilliant day you've had with us here as well. Just in the last minute, literally everything is crashing. The system is stopping. Can we say goodbye to Tiffany? I tell you what, it's your fault, Johnny says. You're breaking our system because we are just that busy. We can quickly flick across to Arizona for one final time. Tiffany, a big thank you. Thank you so much. Have you enjoyed the takeover this evening?
We've had a great time. I want London to come in and say goodbye to everybody too. So great to be with you guys today. Looking forward to the next takeover. Wonderful to spend some time with you, Ben. And you know, questions are what we need, and we're here to help you answer those. So make sure you keep asking on Facebook or send us questions via email. We're here for you. We want you to be organized, to craft more often, and have more fun.
Well, I tell you what, we've had a brilliant night. Big love to you, and also to London as well. Thank you for joining us. We've had an absolute ball. Make sure you check out your baskets. There'll be another Totally Tiffany takeover very, very soon. I'll be back with you Saturday next week. What a slacker. A week off, can you believe it? But listen, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And thank you for joining us in the Craft House. Have a great day. Bye for now.